to all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom, and in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines. Selah. Hello and welcome, beloveds, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Seraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life truly on your own terms, beloveds. Thanks for all the likes, the shares. Be sure to like, beloveds, so that the word can get out to, our wider family. Thanks to everyone that supports us on Patreon and has been supporting us with love donations throughout the year. We appreciate love you so much. And, we are in the best of times and we are in the worst of times. It all depends on your perspective. But right now, beloveds, there's something going on. And, everyone's been saying that 2022 is going to be an absolutely massive year. It's going to be an epic year. So much is going to go down. And, just as the Most High has his plan, the new earth is already here. Those new vibrations are already here. We already have access to that. The Lucifer, the evil ones, whatever, the wicked ones, the enemies of our soul, they have their own plan and they're planning to usher in their own, great one at such a time as this. And what happened, the reason I say this is because the United Nations has actually placed a massive sculpture that looks like the end times beast referred to in Daniel 7 and Revelation 13. And they've put this right at the entrance of their headquarters. Why would they do this? Why would they do this, beloveds? Why would they even pick an image that looks like the end time beast? You think it's by accident? They always do things like this and then they'll tell us, come on. Because I was even reading one article from a Babylon newspaper, which was like, can you imagine people actually think that the UN has put the Revelations beast in front of the headquarters? But if you're in the know, if you've gone deeper, then you will know that the UN is literally the New World Order headquarters, beloveds. Through them, they've been able to establish an office in every single country that controls or monitors our health, monitors our food, World Health Organization, monitors our food and how we grow it, the Food and Agricultural Organization, monitors the things we're creating with our minds, the World Intellectual Properties Organization, monitors our economies, the World Economic Forum was invented by this guy called Klaus Schwab. You should definitely check him out, Stories for the Days. But, they have the World Trade Organization. They literally monitor everything. And because of the United Nations, they have been able to establish a New World Order office literally in every country under the guise of, we're here for world unity and world peace. And so no country, except for like the North Koreas of this world, are able to operate outside the hand of this global organization, which from day one, from the day they changed it from the organization of, what was it? Anyway, I always forget what it was called. It was more like a communion in nations before it was changed to the United Nations, because it wasn't just a name change. And so they have been implementing the New World Order agenda for years, and they're positioned. They're the ones who have, anyway, let me not get too into it, but if you look, if you connect, there's so much proof that, they're the organization that has been most used to create instability, to spy on nations that were unfriendly, and to operate Babylon's agenda. And some can say maybe they didn't know. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that discussion. So when you see them putting up a sculpture at the entrance of the United Nations headquarters, could they be now calling in the beast, beloveds, that is set to rule for a season? Like, I'm not joking. This is that serious. And, the statue is supposed to, represent a guardian of for international peace and security. And it sits at the Visitors Plaza outside the United Nations headquarters, as I mentioned. And it's basically a fusion of a jaguar and an eagle. And it was donated by the government of Mexico. So, the Babylon, the naysayers who always want us to remain asleep and think we're overthinking things. They're like, come on. I mean, in the end times Bible, it was a lion. It wasn't a jaguar. Anyway, let's take a short break. Let me know what you think, beloveds. They are being so in our face with this. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, Africa.
Welcome back, beloveds, to Wake Up Africa. Be sure to like and share the videos, beloveds. And really, I hope you're just prepared mentally, spiritually, psychologically, and emotionally for what is to come in 2022. And the way you prepare is to get yourself in balance as much as possible. Balance your thoughts, balance your emotions, balance your narrative, where it is actually working to your advantage and not your disadvantage. But those are stories for other days. So a guardian for international peace and security sits on the Visitors Plaza. You can see it right here. And countless critics have actually, on social media, they were saying the statue appeared to be in the likeness of the beast that Prophet Daniel wrote about in the Old Testament and, in the book of Revelation as well. And, the Daniel chapter 72, whatever, it says, I saw in a vision by night, and behold, the four wings of heaven strode upon the great sea, and four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse from one another. The first like a lion and a head, and had eagle's wings. So this one's a jaguar, but it has eagle's wings, beloveds. So what I'm trying to do, because we must understand at this level that the world is run by magic. Right now, it's run by destructive magic. I don't want to call it black magic because, they synonymize us to black, and that's our black power is the highest power. Stories for another day. But this world is run by lower magic, by lesser magic, by destructive magic that wants to control, manipulate, and feed off its populace. So bearing in mind that they know what it says in the book of Revelation, they know the beasts that are going to appear at the end time. Why would the Illuminati be so bold, beloveds, to put the beast of Revelation in front of the major headquarters of the global, literally like community of nations? Why would they be so bold and then say, oh, it's a sculpture, and even when you read these articles, like if you don't read it with a discerning eye, you'll even feel like, maybe I'm overreading things. But why would they do that with such a close resemblance at such a time as this? Because I think this happened earlier in December, beloveds. The only reason, by the way, that this concerns us is we have to know what time it is. We have to recognize that the great spiritual battle that has been, going on, raging on in earnest, that many of us are actually participating in, is now coming down to this level. Just as, the ancient ones were called in, the ancient creators were called in, Lucifer's prophets are now also calling in the beasts. Or unleashing the beast. Because some of these beasts have been around for a long, long time, beloveds, held up and still being fed. But anyway, let me not get into that. People ain't ready. So just stand firm. Know thyself. Those who are called are already involved in the warfare, but many of you, it's just to save your own soul and your bloodline. And the way you do that is to be in absolute clarity and shield and protect your mind. Protect your soul with everything you have. Remember, you're a being that can come back. So it's better you come back and fight through with your soul intact than to come back and your soul is not intact. And beloveds, prepare for what is coming. Prepare for what is coming. Because if you have not opened the first eye, it may overwhelm your physical, because it will go out of the bounds of your physical reality, of your what you think is possible, your physical narrative. So the most urgent exercise right now is to know the truth for yourself. Seek the truth to the highest level. I mean, the truth is in layers. It's like an onion. Many haven't even gotten to the source. It's just like you discover one truth, then you peel it off. There's another truth, then you peel it off. So it seems like an endless journey, but get to the highest level that you can before sugar hits the fan. Start moving, and the Most High will bend time for you. Tuko pamoja.